Ooh, we got a wide shot today. That's different than we usually do. But I kind of had to because we're looking at something big. But this is kind of nice. You get to finally see more of the pinboard and all the things that have been added to it over the years I've been using it. And you get to see a little bit more of the set, too. Look, there was a light switch here. New lore has been unlocked. Anyway, today we're going to be... I had to pull back the camera a bit because today we're looking at this. So, I went to go see Fantastic Four, the MCU Fantastic Four, and I got the Herbie the Robot popcorn bucket. I had debated whether I was going to get it, but I decided at the last minute to get it. But yeah, here it is, and I'm going to do a video now to justify my purchase. So let's unwrap him here. This was available at AMC. I think there were other ones available too, but I think this one was by far the most interesting. And I believe different movie theaters had different ones, but I'm not entirely sure. Let me get rid of this plastic here. So yeah, here he is in his full glory. Let me get out the ruler here. So he is over 20 inches tall, not counting the antenna, obviously. We'll talk about that in a minute. So, you know, I thought this was going to be just a popcorn bucket, but there's a lot more to it than I had originally thought. He has actually articulated. You can move the head, although the head has limited movement. We'll talk more about that in a minute. You can move his arms. So he has shoulder as well as elbow, which go both ways too, and even a claw, a grabby claw. Look at that, on both sides. The theater I was at actually had one on the concession stand, and they had him displayed like this. I thought that was kind of cool. But yeah, there he is, Herbie the Robot. These are actually individual fingers too. That's kind of interesting. So there are a lot of features to this, more than I thought there were going to be. So his head, as you can tell by the straw here, actually dispenses or holds drinks. You can actually twist it off. And there he is, right there. So, you know, I wasn't a big fan of how his face looked in the movie, but I thought it was kind of clever. This is I guess his programming tape, because there's a scene where they actually open this up and take it out and put a new one in. This one was actually well, I don't know if it was this one specifically, but it was like to change out when they had to go fly the spaceship. They had like a different one for his I guess his navigation abilities. So I thought that was kind of a neat little detail. So yeah, you put your drinks in this. First, you gotta get this bit off, which is very difficult. I was actually playing around with this earlier and trying to make sure I know how all the functions work. So there you go. You unscrew that, and you can have drinks in there if you want, and suck up so many microplastics. Isn't that nice? There's nothing else in there. Nope. Though maybe there'd be a secret thing in there. There wasn't. But yeah, there you go. So you put this back on. What is interesting too, and I did not know about this or notice it until I was actually setting up for the video, there is an electronic bit to this. I've not messed with that yet. So we're gonna take a look at that as soon as I get this damn thing back on. It's a little inconvenient. There we go. All right, come on, Herbie. I'm going to talk a little bit, well, while I'm doing this, I might as well talk a little bit about the movie. I really liked it. It is by far the best Fantastic Four movie we have had, which does not say much, but, you know, take that for what it's worth. Okay, I don't know what's going on with that. Herbie the Robot was a cool addition to it. I think we all knew Disney was going to put a character like this in the movie, let's be honest. But what I do like is that the movies, because I saw Superman 2, and I like that the new era of comic book movies are leaning more into the absurd nature of the comic books instead of being ashamed of them, and I think that's the correct decision. A case in point, watch this movie and you'll see what I'm talking about. Anyway, so the other compartments are this front one right here, which is supposed to be for snacks. It's very shallow. And then the big one back here is where the popcorn goes, and you can see all the way down in there. The whole thing is basically meant to hold popcorn. He actually came with instructions too, so that was kind of nice to show all the different things. I got to figure out how to get that back on properly. So what's interesting though is when I bought this, they did not serve the popcorn inside of him, which I guess is a good thing. They actually gave me a separate bucket, which I still have. You can take a look at this real quick. There's not really much to say about it. I'm not going to keep this, obviously, because it's greasy. But win trips, collectibles, or Coca-Cola fountain drinks. There you go. Have fun with that. See if that does anything for you. So I got a large popcorn with him, and I also got a free bag of candy. So I got Kit Kats. I did not eat them. I did not even eat the popcorn, by the way. I mentioned in the previous video I have Invisalign braces now, so I could not eat the popcorn. So I brought it to my parents' house, and I let them have it. The Kit Kats, though, I can have those occasionally when I have the Invisaligns out. Hey, Herbie, why don't you hold my candies for me, will you? Hold the candies, Herbie. Hold. Okay. His arm's kind of flimsy. He's trying, okay? He's not meant for heavy lifting. All right, just hold it. Hold it there. Good. Not sponsored, by the way. This is kind of neat. It is a cool big figure. As a holder of snacks and popcorn and drink, it is very, very inconvenient. I'm glad they didn't put anything in him. I just kind of picked him up and took him. But yeah, as a big figure, he is kind of cool. He's got a lot of features. He's very well made. Maybe a little bit pricey for what it is. Although I have a feeling these are going to be now on the secondhand market for far more than AMC was charging. Anyway, why don't we check out that electronic feature? See what that's all about. I'm going to pull this out. I like that they let you be able to change the batteries on them. A lot of times they don't do that. And look, it says CPU right there. Okay, so apparently the buttons right here do something. Oh. He has a light. Ah, blinded. Oh! Oh, that's cool. It's a Fantastic Four signal to signal the Fantastic Four to come help. And the other one. This better not get me claimed. I swear to God. So, I guess that's the theme to the movie. How long does it go on for? Okay. Thank you, Herbie. Does it just play that? Yeah, okay. All right. Thank you for that, Herbie. So, I guess that's all the features of Herbie the Robot popcorn bucket / drink holder. One thing that I do kind of want to... Oh, I just realized what's going on here. You can actually use that to... Okay, all right. I'm the stupid one. Okay. Anyway, there you go. Screw his head back on. There he is. I gotta say, there was actually like other merchandise too, and I know like all the big movies have like the popcorn bucket collectible, and there was like drink cups and various other things too. I don't know how this happened. Like, when was it decided that popcorn buckets are the new collectibles? And it's not even just movie theaters that do it. Like Disney World does it also. I will say a couple of years ago they had a Figment one that I kind of wanted because I really love Figment. But ever since Dune came out with that weird one, and then Deadpool had a hilarious one, and There was one for Jaws that I saw actually was still there. And there's various ones for the Superman movie. And, oh boy, we're living in the material age again. But anyway, I guess before we end this video, I'll talk a little bit about the character, because he has actually kind of an interesting backstory. So, Herbie the Robot originally was not from the comics. He premiered in the 1978 Fantastic Four cartoon, not to be confused with the Hanna-Barbera one from the 60s. This was the next one. So, in that cartoon, actually, let me show you something else first. I just happen to have a VHS of that one. The Menace of Magneto. Yeah, Magneto is in this one for some reason. This cartoon is hilarious. If you've never seen the 78 Fantastic Four cartoon, watch it. It is some of the most unintentionally hilarious, like, superhero cartoon of all time. I find it very interesting because they put Johnny on the cover for this. Johnny was not in this cartoon. So the story goes, what a lot of people originally thought was they left Human Torch out of that cartoon because they thought that kids would set themselves on fire if they saw them or something, like it was some safety thing. That turned out to not be true, although it sounded like it could have been true. What happened was they were planning, I guess, a solo Human Torch movie or something that never took off. So they lost the rights to use Johnny for Fantastic Four, which is wild to me because he's a member of the team. Like, what the hell? So they had to come up with a fourth character, and they came up with Herbie the Robot, who I believe was designed by Jack Kirby before he left Marvel, if I remember the story correctly. But yeah, Herbie the Robot was actually originally from the cartoon series. He's one of the many, and you know, he kind of was a joke for a while, but over time, he became more endearing, and people started to like him, and he actually made it into the comics and various other media. He was in some of the other cartoons, I think. But yeah, it's kind of interesting. He's one of the many superhero characters, or like comic book characters, who did not originate in the comics. He originated from a cartoon. It's kind of like how Batgirl originally originated from the Adam West show. You probably didn't know that. Although I think she was in a commercial first, and then she transitioned into the show, and then eventually just became a regular character. Same thing with Harley Quinn, who was originally from Batman the Animated Series, and then eventually found her way into the comics. There's probably many other examples of this. Let me know in the comments if there are any other examples of that. Characters that are from like TV shows or movies that eventually became, you know, regulars of the comic book series. But yeah, I gotta say, wasn't too keen on the price of this big guy, but he's grown on me. I do like him as a big figure, like I said. I'm gonna keep him across the room, always staring at me and judging me for my financial decisions. I was actually wondering if he was life-size. I don't think he's life-size. I think he's like a little bit smaller than the one from the movie. He does, like, I'm just looking at the head. I think there was a scene where Johnny actually put his hand on Herbie's head, and yeah, I think he's a lot smaller here. It's a shame. They should have made him life-size. You know, I had a thought, too. I was gonna get, like, a Roomba or something, and then just attach him to the Roomba and have him scoot around my house. I'm not going to do that. He's just going to bump into all the furniture, so that's just a bad idea. But, yeah. I like him. He's cool. I'm glad they didn't stuff him with popcorn so he stays nice and clean. But there you go. There's my Herbie the Robot that I have now, and I'll probably maybe use a sidekick in some videos so I can get my money's worth out of him. But, yeah. That's not bad. I like him. Alright, well, that's it for the video. Let me know if you bought any wacky popcorn buckets, or if you know of any other characters like Herbie who originally came from a TV show or movie and eventually became popular in the comics. And let me know what you thought of the movie, too. I really liked it. I hope they do, well, we know there are going to be more, but I would like to maybe see a little bit more of the Fantastic Four before Avengers Doomsday, because I think they deserve it at this point. Anyway, thank you all for watching. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment, check out my other videos, and Herbie and I will see you guys later.